Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about groundbreaking news which will send Hedera to the stratosphere. On the 17th of May, the official Hedera Hashgraph Twitter page tweeted that it would be working with MTech in an initiative called Project New Dawn, which would involve interoperability to provide public trust in a private CBDC or central bank digital currency network. So who are MTech and what is Project New Dawn? MTech is a fintech company, which is a company that uses computer programs and other technology to support and enable banking and financial services. According to MTech's website, they build easy to deploy, highly secure, cloud-based software for central banks to become more innovative, provide financial inclusion, and build infrastructure resilience in the era of open banking and digital currency. MTech is currently involved in creating CBDCs for a number of countries, namely the Bahamas and the United States. MTech, alongside Hedera Hashgraph and Microsoft, are spearheading innovations for the creation of a Federal Reserve CBDC through a project called Project New Dawn. Project New Dawn aims to facilitate the creation of banking infrastructure that would be accessible for everyone, and especially help over 60 million Americans that have limitations to their ability to access banking systems. The advent of a CBDC would remove the middleman, whereby commercial banks would be removed from the equation and potential stimulus money would directly reach the consumer. Hedera's Hashgraph algorithm is due to be the backbone for transactions to be validated, whereby Hashgraph Technology's rapid ability to verify up to 50,000 transactions per second would be a desirable mechanism for CBDC activity to occur. On top of this news, further details in regards to Hedera's involvement in the creation of CBDCs were given during a Hedera community town hall event on Hedera's YouTube channel. I will link this video in the description below. During this event, the CEO of Hedera and creator of Hashgraph Technology, Dr. Lehman Baird, publicly recognized Hedera's partnership with MTech in building CBDCs for several governments, including the creation of a Federal Reserve CBDC. Dr. Baird also stated that HBAR coins would be required for CBDC transactions. He stated that CBDC transactions would follow either a token service or a consensus service. A token service would mean that CBDC transactions would face transaction fees which would be paid using HBAR coins. A consensus service, whereby nodes would communicate and validate a transaction on the hashgraph and thus issue details on a public or private ledger, will lead to CBDC transactions providing a message through the consensus, which in turn will lead to transaction fees that would be paid using HBAR tokens. As you may know, transaction fees would be exceedingly low, whereby fees would be 1,000th of a dollar on a hashgraph. These fees would serve the interests of both the consumer and the central bank. This news can only be described as bullish and could send HBAR to the stratosphere. The mainstream adoption of Hedera Hashgraph, alongside the potential for millions, if not tens of millions of HBAR coin transactions occurring every day, will send HBAR coin prices through the roof. The news hasn't really affected HBAR's price too much at the time of recording, but this may be due to the overall recent downturn in the crypto market. What are your thoughts on this news? Are you bullish on HBAR? If you're enjoying the video, why not subscribe and turn post notifications on for daily crypto news? In other news, Chainlink Labs have joined Hedera's governing council. The co-founder and CEO of Hedera Hashgraph, Mance Harmon, said, "As the most widely adopted decentralized oracle solution in the market today, Chainlink is already used to secure billions of dollars in assets for applications around the globe. Their potential on the Hedera network, which is already the most used enterprise-grade public network, is limitless. We are excited to be expanding our relationship with Chainlink Labs, which will be the first Web 3.0 company on the Hedera Governing Council, to enable the most robust applications of the decentralized future. David Post, Managing Director of Business Developments and Strategy for Chainlink Labs, said, "As enterprise adoption of distributed ledger technology continues to advance, decentralized Oracle solutions become critical for every vertical, from DeFi and insurance to gaming and NFTs and more. We're continuing to expand our suite of smart contract related services to power a vast array of secure, feature-rich applications, so it is a very natural progression for us to join the Hedera Governing Council and work with the leading enterprise-grade public network and their other council members to make Chainlink the default Oracle provider for enterprise applications. The addition of Chainlink to the Hedera Governing Council may lead to improvements in the sharing of data from off-hashgraph sources to the hashgraph and vice versa. The implementation of Chainlink technology would add another facet into Hedera Hashgraph's ecosystem and may lead to data from centralized sources such as supply chain tracking, location data, and even retail payment or banking information being stored on the hashgraph as a smart contract. The addition of these extra features may make Hedera more widely attractive to investors. What are your thoughts on Chainlink's partnership with Hedera? Is this bullish? With Hedera partnering with MTech in developing CBDCs and Chainlink joining Hedera's Governing Council, this week could arguably be the most important week in Hedera's history. What are your thoughts on Chainlink's partnership with Hedera? Is Hedera's involvement in CBDCs good news? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn post notifications on for daily crypto news. Thank you for watching.